What is good, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today is quite a special day. Today, I have been invited to Ryan Terry's and My Protein's seminar, which is amazing. Like, I've been lucky enough to be selected. So there's two seminars. One's already been and gone. I've been selected for the second one. And per seminar, there's only 15 people allowed to join in the country. So I feel really privileged. I have known Ryan for quite some years because he used to pop into the gym all the time. So it's really nice to catch up with him. It's just been a privilege to be selected. So we started off in the My Protein sort of little area and tried a couple of different products. That was really cool. I had a pre-workout, which I haven't had in probably years. So I'm buzzing. And now we're just gonna have sort of an hour and a half training session. Ryan's gonna pop round, speak to people, and then we're gonna go into a bit of posing. But I'll update you guys as we go on. But yeah, it should be a really good day. Really looking forward to it. So we decided to go for chest and shoulders today. We're going to go into some flyers now and then just continue that, see how we go. Yeah, it's quite busy at the minute, which is nice. There's good atmosphere here everywhere. Everybody's looking pumped, so things are going good. And Naomi's nearly broke her finger.
I did, yeah.
She dropped a 20-kilo weight on her finger. It's going black, but she's okay. She'll live. Really trying to hold the squeeze a little bit there because that's just going to engage that chest that bit more, giving it a nice squeeze. It's exactly what we're looking for at the minute.
How are you feeling?
Tired.
How's the finger?
Bruised.
I'm black. She's still here. We're still alive. We are carrying on. Sweaty though. So we've done a couple of chest exercises. We've done a couple of shoulders. We're going to go back into chest now. I want to get a nice press, squeeze in. So this primal, well, it's all primal equipment here. As I mentioned in my previous video with RT Fit, it's all really top notch. The gear does feel really solid, and you've got a lot of mobility in a lot of these. And this seated bench press is ideal. But I need to put some weight on. So this one here is a little bit deceiving. The first sort of half or quarter seems really easy and flexible. Then the last squeeze is super, super tough. But that's exactly what you need to get that squeeze on your chest. We have done our training, RT Fit here, which is really fun. Got a decent session in, and then we proceeded to do a bit of posing with Ryan, which was awesome. So you'll obviously see from the clip, that was really fun. Luckily, I didn't really have to correct too much, just my back pose a little bit and perhaps transition at the start, but everything seems to be going well. And I'm happy with everything, yeah. And Ryan seemed to be quite happy as well, so that's a big plus for me. So it gives me a little bit more confidence in what I've been doing and training for and practicing posing throughout the year. So it has paid off, and I am grateful that I've done that and put the work in. So next bit will be, actually, we're having food at the minute. So I've had to stick to my, obviously, white potato and chicken while everybody else has been treated with Dominoes, and a large amount of Dominoes. So I've gone into the RT Eats bit just to be a bit out of the way and eat that, eat my chicken and potato. Everybody else is in the sort of conference room eating their Dominoes and enjoying that, which is quite nice to see, actually. They're all enjoying it, so it's really good. But after that, then we're going to go back into the conference room. I think we're just going to be having a talk, and then there'll be another talk with one of the IFBB head judges, I believe. And that's going to be really interesting, and that's something I'm really excited for as well. And then obviously hear a bit more of Ryan's story as well. So we'll catch you guys in there. Naomi's just eating now. We got pot of gold.
Yeah. Salt and pepper chicken.
Nice. That does smell good as well. So that's even a bit better than mine. But hey ho, here we are, 4.5 weeks out. Let's carry on.
So from the offset, we were always taught with that mindset. growing up, whatever sport I did, my family we had to be the best, or we go back to the drawing board. So everything it is. So my foundation was swimming, gymnastics, football. So that was kind of where my core came from, and that sort of thing. I was very fortunate. The school I went into, they prided on sports over anything else. So my head teacher, he wouldn't get away with half of what he broke my toe, he split my abductors, gymnastics, threw me over the vault because I couldn't get my arm straight, so broke my toe into the vault. He was a very tough man, but he built, couldn't do the splits, so pushed his hands down on his shoulder, split arm ductors. But even at swimming, took us out of maths, gymnastics. If we were at Ponds Falls at nationals, takes the local baths. Used to have a stick, what's it called, like a mop. You know, the squeegee mop. And then whenever he tried to go to the side, he'd prod you back into the middle of the pool. He was hard man. Obviously, you'd never get away with it now, but that instilled work ethic, graft, and like what we had to do. So, yeah, from then on, when I was 14, basically, is when my love for the gym started, and that was purely out of, I'd say, a negative standpoint. Was I became very self-conscious, thought I was overweight, I was a greedy kid. Girls, that sort of thing came on the scene around that time, and that's where I became very aware and self-conscious. So when I started the gym at the time, my stepdad, he was British champion in class 1, so he was a big bodybuilder. He had a spin, so it was a very hardcore gym local to here, and he was about get in, lift weights, you change physically, mentally, it's going to help, and you'll get some girls, all that kind of stuff. So I did. I got obsessed with it. Started training then, and I got upset. I never thought I'd ever compete because I started work. I worked 3 jobs. I was a plumber, pot washer in the evening, and I used to do removals on a Saturday. I did that for 7 years. So I was obsessed with work. Again, that work ethic went into that. But all the while, because I had to quit football, gymnastics, swimming because of my workload, I was missing that competitiveness, and it was killing me inside. I didn't know what it was, but there was something just not there, and it was that competitive side of me. So I was around these bodybuilders who finally accepted me after 7 years. I was that little shit running around. It was, because I wasn't big. I never filled a t-shirt. They never had any time for me in the gym, but I was always so blown away. I never really wanted to be an open glass bodybuilder. That size was never my aim. I was just so impressed with their work ethic, their consistency, and their end goal. They always had something to work towards. And that was why I first started competing, because I thought, if they can do it, I want to just say I've done it once, face my fear. I had a lot of self-confidence issues, and I thought the worst thing for me in my life at that time would be step on stage in front of people with my top off. I'd never do it. Worked on site, scruffy, trained in the hoodies. So I started dieting, and I thought I'll just pick a local show to me. I didn't have a clue about the federation. That if you could earn money from it, it was never about earning money. It was never about a career. It was just me facing my fear. So picked Leamington Spa because it was the closest to where I lived at the time, and dieted now. Didn't tell anyone I was dieting, so I trained in hoodies, and no one knew any different. The night before, signed up to the show, went down to it, and then it turned out being the UK Nationals, which was quite a big show. It was a massive show. I didn't know that at the time. The world #1 had came back. I don't know if anyone remembers Rob Richards.
Oh yeah,
remember Rob?
Yeah.
So he
Old
was
school.
my idol. Yeah, he was like he was the guy. Because with all the front covers and Muscle Fitness, he was Owen's top boy before Steve Cook, and I was like, so impressive his mid-section. That was what drove me to train my mid-section the way I did. And he came back to compete in that show, so everybody dropped out of it because I knew he was world #1. He was there, but I was there. I had nothing to lose. Nobody knew who I was. I was like, well, instead of queuing up, I'd never queue up. Instead of queuing up to see him at an expo, why don't I step on stage next to him? So I did that, and I was very fortunate. I won that show, and it kind of just catapulted me through to do it, and it was instant. Then, as soon as I stepped off stage and I'd won, that you got addicted. But every single person here, as soon as you stepped on stage, you can't wait for the next one. And that was kind of how the journey started. But from then, I realised quickly, everyone was doing WBFF. There was a lot of people doing those type of shows, but nobody had done anything in the UK BFF or the IFBB at that point. That's what drove me, or I was driven by doing something that nobody had done before. So that's why I went towards the IFBB. And I remember 2013, I started researching the federation. I needed to know more about it. And I wanted to see what the stepping stone, what the levels were, and what was the ultimate, which was obviously Olympia, how I get there.